Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to share with you a snapshot of middle school. Let me just say, I've been in middle school for nearly 30 years, 2 years as a student, 6 years as a teacher, about 3 years as a dean of students, and the past 18 years as a principal. So I'm going to take you on a journey of my particular middle school, Robert Frost Middle School, and share with you a little bit about the culture of middle schools and how it can really meet the needs of students. Welcome to Excellence, Robert Frost Middle School, home of the Eagles and Sop Sop. So you're probably wondering, what's Sop Sop? Well, it's just an acronym for some of the best students on the planet. So let's try to unpack the mind of a middle schooler. And the previous presenters, they've talked about this a little bit. Typically, the attention span for a middle school student, about 10 to 12 minutes. That's on a good day. The brain growth, again, which occurs between the ages of 10 and 15, is the second greatest in human life. Middle school students, they like to interact. They learn best when they interact with each other. They misinterpret emotions up to about 40% of the time. They retain about 5 to 7 bits of information at a time. All of these are implications for teaching and learning. And they need sleep. They need rest. But not only do middle school students need sleep, the adults who work with middle school students need sleep too. I can tell you a whole lot of stories about these different aspects of the mind of a middle school, and I'll try to put one or two in as we continue. Also, as we continue this journey, we want to look at the framework that's put out by NASSP, the National Association of Secondary School Principals. It's called Building Ranks, and basically they have two broad categories, building culture and leading learning. And there are 15 leadership dimensions under these two broad categories, and I'll touch on about 10 of those dimensions. Robert Frost Middle School, we're a national Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, and diversity is one of our strengths. 39% of our students are Asian, 37% are white, about 11% of our students are Black or African American, 9% Hispanic, Latino, and about 4% are two or more races. Now get this, 100% of our students are students at Promise. So I tell my staff each and every year, I expect a pie. I like cherry pie, I like peach pie, I like apple pie, especially with some vanilla bean ice cream. But I'm not talking about dessert. I'm talking about professionalism. Do your job and do the job you've been assigned to do. Integrity. Do what's right for the students and do it even when no one is looking. And excellence. Whatever your job is, do it at a high level for the good of the students and the good of the staff as well. So expectations can also influence school culture and climate. So when I think about school culture, I'm really thinking about the unity or the degree of unity among the staff and how we impact students. When I think about climate, I'm thinking about the impact that the school team or the school staff have on the students. Now, school culture is pretty much constant, but that climate can change from day to day, given any event or anything that happens within the school day. So a positive school culture and climate promotes students' availability and ability to learn. So if you want to positively impact and improve school culture and climate, then you should positively impact and improve. I want you to fill in the blank. What do you think it is? I just gave you a clue in the previous slide. Unity, we'll take that as a good answer. Doesn't quite fill in the blanks there, but what do you think it is? Okay, I'll give you the answer. School teams. We have to improve school teams because no one person can make a positive impact that needs to be made on our middle school students. We need a group of professionals. We need a team. So what's in a team? I believe togetherness, excellence, and action equal measurable results. And that's the concept when we have a team. What's in a team? Relationships. It's important that we have positive relationships among the adults and the staff, in order for students to have positive relationships as well. So here's the acronym for relationships. You ready for this? All right, here it is. Trust, essentially a must. If you're going to build strong teams to impact middle school students, you must have trust. So building team culture, here's a few tips. Honor your word. Play and learn together. Talk more with people rather than about people. Care for each other. Let people know who you are. Share your story. And finally, here's a tip for relationship building. It's okay to say thank you. Sometimes you have to say, I'm sorry. And please is always popular. You know, when the students see adults doing these things, it has a positive impact on them as well. So here's a team buster. You don't want to do this. And this was one of my challenges early on as a middle school principal, as a leader. Listen to this story. In a field, 40 foxes, 38 chickens. Who didn't? Now that's a question you can respond to. In a field, 40 foxes, 38 chickens. Who didn't? Not quite. Someone said 2. I'll say it one more time. In a field, 40 foxes, 38 chickens. Who didn't? 10. 10. Now this is a team buster. Avoid speaking in riddles. Avoid speaking in riddles. Initially on as a middle school principal, I had these great visions, but no one could see them because I was not clear in my communication. And it's important when we're dealing with middle school students, you have to be explicitly clear with them. Otherwise, they can interpret a whole lot of different other types of messages. So avoid speaking in riddles. Clear communication promotes productivity and harmony. Do you know who said that? And it was not Benjamin Franklin. Do you know who said it? I did. Of course, I just said it. Clear communication promotes productivity and harmony. I tell staff this all the time, and I tell students as well. Clear communication. Now, in this pursuit of a positive school climate, you must also pursue equity. You cannot have excellence without equity. So you'll see a lot of the things that we do at my particular school, we look through it through the lens of equity. We are a school of culture, we're a school culture of excellence. We're a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. Some people call us a destination school because a lot of students want to come to Frost Middle School. Gallup recognized us as a high hope school for our work with social emotional learning. And we believe that every person is valued and respected. Students should learn in a safe and nurturing environment, and success is everyone's responsibility. Not only are these our beliefs, but they're also our core values. And we share this with the staff and the students, so everyone knows what our core values are. Now, in the pursuit of excellence and a positive school culture, there are challenges. A few years ago, some of our students, while riding home on the bus, they were repeating the words to a song. And the words included the N-word. Someone captured the scenario on their phone, and then a parent shared it on social media. And you can imagine what happened in the days following. It went viral very quickly, very quickly. I mean, I got messages from the UK, I got hate mail, and there was a lot of things going on, a lot of miscommunication. So we took this negative situation, we turned it into a positive, teachable moment. We hosted a community forum for our adults and the students. The forum was entitled Building Bridges. Let's talk about race. Now, we did not talk about the bus incident, but we talked about race in general. And it was a very, very successful event for our students and for the adults in the community. And then consequently, we started our study circles program to continue the dialogue, not only about race, but about different tough topics facing our students and our community. So a good thing came out of this potentially very bad situation. When the government closed its doors, we opened ours. We sponsored a government workers' appreciation dinner. It had nothing to do with politics. It had everything to do with community. About 100 people showed up with their families, and we just enjoyed a delicious meal, and we heard the government workers share their concerns and share their roles in the government. So it was a very good, a positive situation for us, and also for our students, because they really participated and supported this event. We are a school that likes to give. We sponsor a turkey trot every year. Yeah, that's me. We sponsor a turkey trot every year, and this past year we raised over $4,000 and collected over 3,000 canned good items to support our community. We have an organic garden. This year when we grow the different vegetables, we're going to donate them to a local food bank. Again, we're a community and a culture that likes to give. We also have a partnership with Beijing No. 166 Middle School. This gives our students an opportunity to have a global view of society. Now imagine this, a school culture whereby every single student has at least one trusted adult. Why is this important? Well, the research says when students have a trusted adult at school, they're more likely to talk about issues dealing with suicide, issues dealing with mental health, issues dealing with bullying. So we want to be proactive and let students know that when they face these issues, they can speak to someone at the school. When we first implemented this program last year, 78% of our students said they had a trusted adult. By the end of the year, 82% said they had a trusted adult. We're making a positive impact. We're moving in the right direction, but we still have some work to do because the name of the program is Each One Trust One. Student voice. This is what students say about Frost. I followed our school motto. We are some of the best students on the planet. I will continue to work hard to achieve the challenges that Frost gives to me. Staff voice. Walt Disney thought he created the happiest place on earth. In fact, Robert Frost Middle School is the happiest place on earth. And a parent voice. I will abbreviate this. We've had a child in Frost for the 9 of the last 10 years, and every single year has been extraordinary. How do you bring all this together? Well, when it rains, it pours, it's been said. I'm not talking about bad weather or hard times. I'm talking about leadership. I believe that leaders are always doing one or two things. They're getting better or they're getting behind. We choose to get better for each other and also for our students. Yes, with Robert Frost Middle School, home of the Eagles and Sop Sop, some of the best students on the planet, from Super Bowl champions to Olympic gold medalists. We are preparing students for their future and to be productive and caring persons in a diverse and global society. Everything we do sends a message, and our message is excellence. Thank you.